Hey guys, well, I ordered this a little while back and it took them a while to ship it, so I got something that I'm excited for. I ordered the Urban Decay Naked Wild West eyeshadow palette. It's really beautiful packaging. I just think that I love the colors on it, but I am excited because I want to see the colors of the palette. I had the Naked 2 and it was really beautiful, but I never picked it up, and it wasn't that old, so I just gave it to someone else because I thought they would get more use out of it. So I really don't have anything from Urban Decay eyeshadow wise in my collection, so I'm excited to have this and to use it. So I couldn't resist playing with it. That's why I'm here. So this is what it looks like out of the packaging. It is shiny, but there's a little bit of a raised font on the front here. It's so beautiful. I just love the packaging of it all. And then here is what it actually looks like. Some beautiful, beautiful colors. It's neutral. You know, I'm a neutral girl, so I really love it. And when I saw it, I thought it was something different kind of for them. Some people can disagree because some people are like, well, all they do is neutral palettes. But I think this is a different kind of neutral. So I'm excited to try it out and see how this formula is. Here's the brush that comes in the palette. It's a double-ended brush. One's like more of a blender brush and one's more of a packer brush. This is actually kind of a good quality of a brush, actually, but you know me, I like my good Old Faithful brushes that I'll probably use. So I put some eyeshadow primer on. It's my Believe Beauty, what I always use. I'm going to take this like bone shade called Standoff, and I'm just going to set my eye. And I'll just take this fluffy brush from the palette and do that. There was some kick up in the pan, so just wanted you to know that. I think I'm going to take this shade right here. It's called Nudie, so it's kind of like a nude shade. And I'm going to just dip my brush in there, and I'm going to put that in my crease as my transition. I'm going to take a little bit of this shade here, right here. It's called Ghost Town. I'm going to put that in my crease, but drop it just a little bit lower. I will say that even though there was some kick up in the pan, like I'm not getting any fallout underneath my eye, which is really nice. Okay, then I'm going to take this deepest shade here. It's called, well, it's not deepest, but the deepest like brown nudist shade. Nude shade, not nudist. It's called Whiskey. And I'm just going to take it and put a little here. Okay, and then I'm going to take a little bit of this shade here on my finger. It's called Wrestler. And I'm just going to tap that here. Just kind of to transition those shades a little bit. And I'm going to take this shade here called Cowboy Rick. And I'm going to put that on the rest of the lid. No extra product. I'm just taking this to blend the edges. I'm going to take a smaller brush to get those inner corners. So, that's what we're working with up top. Now I'm going to move on to the rest of the face. Today to work, I wore something a little bit different than I normally do. Like I usually do a matte primer and a matte foundation. And I've heard people say, if you do a matte foundation, do a hydrating primer, and you won't get as oily. And I'm like, how's that work? But there is a science behind it, in that if your skin is moisturized, your skin doesn't produce as many oils because it's moisture. It's already moisturized and it doesn't feel like it needs the moisture. So it actually did not get as oily today as it normally does. So this is the primer that I wore today. This is the Juno & Co. Moonshine Miracle Cream. So I just took just a tiny bit of it. I just like dabbed a little here. I didn't go crazy with it by any means. I just did my little, you know, thing I normally do. But this just feels like an extension of skincare to me, which is really nice. Because there used to be a time when I would put on foundation and not put on a primer. And I wouldn't set it either. Can you believe that? I was actually really shocked at how not oily I looked at the end of the day. I've not broke this out in a while. Let's use the Revolution Conceal and Define. And I have two shades. I have F6 and F4.5. I like to mix them just because they're neither one my correct shade. I also like this sponge that I pulled out. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and it's the $1 Billion Beauty sponge. So I used it today, and I liked it too. So I'm going to just do the F6 and see how that works out. I'm going to try this Covergirl True Blend Concealer. It's in the lightest shade. I don't even know where the shade name is. Maybe covered up, I don't know. It's light. Maybe too light. I just went ahead and set my face with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I really like this powder. It's good stuff. I need a bronze because I'm looking ghostly. I haven't used this enough, and I want to pull this back out. It's the True and Luscious palette that I got in my BoxyCharm. I think I'm going to take this shade here. It's just a tad bit lighter. It's called, well, they kind of look the same. There's no difference. I like it's the same shade. Okay, I guess it doesn't matter which one I use. Okay then, I'm going to use Serendipity. I'm going to take my e.l.f. Bite Size Duo and Spiced Apple for blush. And then for highlight, I'm going to take the Cantaloupe shade and use it for highlight. Then I'm going to do my brows real quick. Got my brows done. I just have been using my same combo from NYX, my Lift and Snatch and my micro brow pencil. Alright, let's finish the eyes. if I don't make a mess. I'm going to take a pop of color on the bottom lash line. Imagine that. Nothing too original here, but I'm going to take this shade here. It's called Tex. I'm just going to take a flat liner brush and I'm going to dip in, and I'm just going to push that against my lash line here. And I didn't take it all the way over, as you can probably tell. The reason for that is I want to take some of this other shade. I'm going to take this shade here called Bud, and I'll put that in this inner corner here. To just kind of like buff that out, I'm going to take this nudie shade right here. Sorry, my finger was pointing a little crooked. And just kind of buff around the edge there. Okay. So I did that. There's not a super light, like metallic highlight shade in the palette. So I'm just going to use the highlight I used on my face. Okay, I'm going to use my Revlon vinyl eyeliner in Mighty Mocha. But I'll show you the color. There's just a swatch of the color. I just think it's really, really pretty and just deep and pretty for this look. So I have this Believe Beauty. It's the metallic liquid liner in dark champagne. And I did a little bit of a line here. And it's... I'm wanting to use it. But I don't want to ruin my makeup. I'm going to try it. Why not? You know, why not? I like it with and without, to be honest. Alrighty. So I finished my mascara, of course. Then I lined my lips with my ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade So, S-O-W, Happy. It's So Happy. And then I used my MAC lipstick in, it's the MAC and Selena lipstick, and it's in the shade Selena 5, I think. It's like my favorite shade from that collection. It's so beautiful. It's like a pinky nude. But this is the final look. You remember that show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? He'd say, is that your final answer? And this is my final answer. So, yeah. I love this palette. I do. It blends effortlessly. It does. So, so good. This blends better than I remember my Naked 2 palette blending. Again, it's been a while since I've used the Naked 2 palette, but it really blends beautifully. And I love that this has a mixture of like warmer tones and cooler tones. And I even mixed some warm and cool tones on my eyes today, and I really, really love it. I love the look that I was able to get. I think it just... the colors are just beautiful, and I love the little pop of color on the bottom. Just another, like, this is an old school trick. It's nothing that I invented, but just a little tip. If you're afraid of color and you have some palettes that have color in them, do a neutral on the top and then just do a little pop of color on the bottom. It's very subtle, but yet very beautiful too. And so I always think it makes it look just very... it takes it up just a little bit, you know, takes it up a notch. So, but yes, I love this palette. I love the packaging. I don't know if you can actually see the design on it, but it's beautiful. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I'm very happy, and this was a good purchase, and it was worth the wait. I had to wait a little bit because they sold out and then they restocked, so I had to wait on the restock, but I'm okay with that. I'm really loving it. So but I love how everything else turned out, and I think it looks really good all together. So yeah, I'm very, very happy, and very pleased. When I sat down, I didn't really know what was going to come out of this, and you know, what I was going for, but I really love the look that I was able to create. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it was kind of like all over the place, and I'm sorry I feel scattered today. It's been one of those days. I have those days just about every day now. It's like every day is one of those days. So you're just gonna have to forgive me. I appreciate you guys watching so much. I appreciate your support. I just posted the video and where I asked you guys, you know, do you want me to keep making videos, or do you just want me to quit? Because it's okay if you did want me to quit. I would totally be okay with that. But this is just kind of, there are days I get on here and I start to make a video and I'm like, why am I doing this? This is crazy. I'm wasting my time and other people's time. And then I get on here and it's very healing in some ways. So I know that it may be crazy to some people and they don't understand, but you guys understand, and I appreciate you guys so much for just being there and just letting me vent and be who I am and go through these stages of grief, because it's not been easy. It's really not. And last night was a really tough night. I mean, like, one of the toughest ones I've had, and I've had a few tough ones, but it was tougher than most. And it just kind of hit me out of nowhere. It wasn't like I had had a bad day and it had just kind of carried over. It just kind of hit me out of nowhere. So those nights come. One day it's going to get easier, I know. And not that I'll ever stop missing my dad. I know that's never going to stop, but I know that it's going to get easier to deal with. And I just have to give it time. It's still fresh. I mean, it is. I can't expect to just get over it and just be done. Like, it's just not going to happen that way. And anybody who thinks it does is just, they've never lost a parent. They never went through it. So the girl that I actually used to work with lost her dad today, and I felt for her. I really did. And I sent her a message and I said, I'm very sorry for you. I've been there in your shoes. I said, but I'm not going to tell you I know how you feel, because I don't. Nobody knows how you feel. Everybody experiences the grief differently and those emotions differently. I said, so I'm not going to tell you I know how you feel, but I'm going to tell you I know what you're going through, because I've been there. So it's a rough time, but I know my dad wouldn't want me to just sit around and just be sad. So I'm trying. I am. So thank you guys. I appreciate you very much. I know I say it, but I mean it. I really do mean that from the bottom of my heart, that I appreciate you. So thanks for watching, and thanks for just being there to support me. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.